So you mentioned two important things is that there is an increasing need and also acceptance of the education around real world evidence and an expansion of it beyond where it started. With operationally, you work with so many different pharmaceutical companies. How are these biopharma organizations changing operationally to better deploy real world evidence?
Yeah, great question, Patty. And of the multitude of companies I work, got a monopoly on the right way to do it. I think the commonality is that this field of to be able to really optimize real world evidence from the perspective of a pharma company or a biotech company or even a device company, we've really got to bridge important gaps. The field of health economics I've always characterized it as kind of existing on a bridge or maybe even a tightrope between the traditional land masses of clinical development and commercialization. Medical affairs is a great place to be these days. I think it's always been that bridge between clinical and commercial, but increasingly we've got to be able to walk that bridge and ensure that we're serving everybody on both sides of the bridge. So I've been advocating a couple things: the idea of a RWE COE, a Real World Evidence Center of Excellence, whether that's part of medical affairs or a separate organization. I kind of fall off that same bridge in terms of it being a separate organization, because it's got to serve everybody on that continuum from clinical development all the way through commercialization. Access to data has got to be optimized. Partnerships from pharma companies with data providers and with the people that can help generate real world evidence through prospective research. This has all got to be optimized. Again, as you've heard me say once or twice before, this is a different animal. It needs to be operationalized differently, needs to be conceptualized, valued differently. So I've advocated this center of excellence. I've also advocated a new title called a chief evidence officer, someone that can really ensure that we're serving the entire organization, whether it's to expedite clinical development by virtue of access to data or by ensuring the studies are really developed to be optimized for patient centricity, for diversity, for all these factors that are unique in the real world as opposed to the world of randomized clinical. Again, I haven't seen a company that really has knocked it out of the park as far as how they're shifting organizationally, but all of them I've seen are starting to figure out exactly what works best in their organization. Some of the large pharma companies are a little bit quicker in it, and they've got more resources than some of the smaller biotechs, but I can't think of any C-suite executive that's not thinking about exactly how to optimize RWE these days.